It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Hooah!
Hooah!
This is Al Pacino.
I just got off a banana boat. I'm from Cuba. I sell the cocaine.
Everybody, I hope this helps you figure out what movie we're doing because we are doing Al Pacino impressions, guys.
But we kind of sound like George Lopez.
This is all stemming because I realized that Al Pacino and George Lopez,
same
probably
person.
brothers, yeah.
Brothers, not the same person. We definitely had different wavelengths there.
We'll get on it. It's been a little while. Hey, let's get used to it. You know what? I didn't breathe. Fuck, I didn't breathe.
You gotta breathe, dude.
Okay.
It's a common bodily function.
I'm gonna do it right now.
You should always.
We'll talk through it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna tell you.
Alejandro is meditating. He's breathing. Our eyes are both closed, and we're just gonna think happy things, peaceful things, so that this episode goes smoothly. Alex, do a favor for me and just imagine a beach. Imagine a beach. And you're walking along this beach, and
it's a very nice beach. I'm walking on the beach.
Yeah, and then you step on a shell.
Oh
you
my
step
God.
on a shell.
Damn, both feet.
Both feet. Big shells. But you're okay. You're okay. You stick your foot.
Are you sure I'm okay?
Yeah.
That looked painful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was painful, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Kristen, this is a lot of blood. Are you sure I'm okay?
Yeah. Just stick your feet deeper into the sand.
Oh, it stinks. The sand
it's
really
okay.
stings.
It's okay.
Kristen.
Use it as a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid.
Okay.
You keep walking.
Oh,
Just imagine the sounds of the waves crashing along the shore.
I'm really distracted.
And now it's your ex-girlfriend, and she's yelling at you. She's yelling at you.
Why?
And she's asking to pick up her clothes that she left at your house.
What is this?
And she calls you a dick.
Oh, God.
And then she goes away. It's okay. It's okay.
This is the worst meditation session I've ever had.
Keep your eyes closed, dude.
I'm afraid to open my eyes.
All right, you walk. You're walking, and it's beautiful. The sun, it's gleaming.
I'm limping.
It's the perfect.
Or ruined. My spirit is broken.
Well, you have to rebuild it.
I'm covered in sea salt and tears.
It's okay. You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Because it's a nice day on the beach, and you continue strolling along the beach. You walk along the shore, and then. You get a phone call,
hello?
and oh
Hello?
my God, it's your doctor. He's saying that your dick doesn't work anymore.
My dick doesn't work.
He says the test results have come in, and your dick doesn't work.
No more. You've ruined a beautiful thing.
Oh, you ready?
Oh my God. Hey, everybody, welcome. My name is Alejandro, a.k.a. the Alrexaurus Rex.
My name is Christian, a.k.a. Buddhist.
And we review movies, guys. This is It Can't Be That Bad, where we watch bad movies and prove that they are still pretty good.
Boom. Welcome to another episode, baddies. Let's jump straight into it.
Yeah, today we watched the 2005 movie, Waiting. It's one of my favorite movies, definitely of all time. It's for sure. I worked in a restaurant for multiple years, and this movie is exactly how every restaurant is.
Really?
Every character in this movie is a real person in a restaurant. Every restaurant has a person like every single person in this movie.
And I imagine that they all played very strong stereotypes. There was very
there's the bitch who's but as soon as she turns a corner, she's like, hey,
super nice to her guests.
She comes off, she's like, I fucking hate this place. I hate this job. And you're just like, damn, you need to not work here anymore.
Yeah. You had the dick of a man. There's a dick of a manager who just thinks he's the shit.
And that manager's name usually is Mike. If you have a manager in the restaurant and his name is Mike, usually a shitty manager.
Was his name Mike in the movie too?
I don't think so, but that's usually what they're called.
Okay, all right. I'll watch out for a Mike.
So Waiting, it's a 2005 movie, rated R. I'm just going to jump right into it. We'll just go make this podcast.
Let's make a disclaimer.
Okay.
This movie, folks, is not for the thin-skinned.
No. This movie is offensive.
It's highly offensive.
Exactly how a restaurant is.
It hits all of the points.
Do you remember when I was working in a restaurant, I was maybe about 21, 22, and I would turn to you and I'd be like, I think I'm turning really bitter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm turning really mean. I would hate people. I got really cynical.
Like, it really jaded you for a bit. And you've always been kind of mean for fun, like in high school. You've always been like an asshole. Yeah. And I talk about this every single episode. But
now I have like reasons to back it up.
Yeah, the restaurant industry must have messed you up.
But hey, you made some fun money. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure.
Meet some good people, meet some cool people.
Yeah.
I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar working in a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah,
How was that?
That was insane. He has the biggest hands of anybody I've ever shook
I'm
hands
sure.
with.
Hands that's twice the size of your body.
Dude, and I thought I had big hands.
Yeah, you do have large phalanges, might I say. So
I had the biggest hands in our senior class. I remember on graduation day, I went around and did that hand game, and I won.
Oh, you know what they say about big hands.
Big gloves.
There you go.
This movie is 94 minutes long. It was rated 31% on Rotten Tomatoes, 30% on Metacritic, and a 6.8 on IMDb. And I think it's a little bit higher because I think people, have a little more say in the IMDb's rating. Do you want to guess the number?
Of the Google users?
Yes.
I'm going to go with a good 91%.
Oh, my friend, it's always the same. It's always 82%.
It's
always. I feel like it's always 82, 87. It's always 82%.
But every time I say 91%.
All over the place. Welcome to Accents Across the Eastern Coast of Europe.
Yeah, if you can guess what accents Alejandro and I are speaking in.
Cut out that audio clip and send it to us and let us know what it is, and we will send you your prize.
It's rhymes with chocolate.
Covered
coins.
You were going to say something?
Yeah, absolutely. So this movie made me scream at multiple points just because there were so many curveballs. I did not expect.
Let me read the synopsis real quick.
Yes.
And then that way people know what's happening.
Let's do it.
So in case you haven't seen this movie, the movie real quick had a $3 million budget.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. They didn't have to spend much. Well, it did take place in one location.
An Applebee's, essentially.
Yeah.
How much do you think it made?
I think it made like 10 mil.
It made $18.6 million. This movie rocks, dude.
A financial success.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a synopsis. Staffers at the restaurant Shenanigans engage in various pranks and games, both on and off the clock. However, in the course of one day, waiter Dean must choose either to accept promotion to manager or go off in search for greener pastures. Meanwhile, his coworker and roommate, Monty, fights temptations in the form of an underage colleague while showing a new employee the ins and outs, providing him with the worst day of his life.
So, with that being said, let's jump into like my very first what the fuck moment.
Let's hit him. What the fuck moment number one.
Ryan Reynolds. Of course he's playing a douchebag in this.
Can I guess what your what the fuck moment is?
What?
Is it when he's talking to Monty and he's changing in the bathroom and the camera cuts to him and it's just him like with his shirt up showing his abs and pecs and then he just rolls his shirt down?
That's not my what the fuck moment.
The first time I watched this movie, I remember seeing that and being like, "What? Why is he?" He's just like has his abs out and just like. Anyways, as I was saying, and puts his shit down.
It was just so that like the director can show off. Yeah, just we have an attractive.
We got Ryan Reynolds taking his shirt off in this movie.
Yeah, this is gonna make us money. And might I say, he is freaking ripped. I want to look like
yoked,
Ryan Reynolds.
Or not even yoked. He's cut.
Yeah, he has them boulder shoulders. Might I say?
He's got those like. Never mind.
I don't even know if I want to hear the direction. Okay, yeah, I'm already disgusted.
It's Ryan Reynolds, and it's I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he good actor, funny guy,
hilarious, great timing. Like this movie proves to me that he has great, true comedic timing.
Oh, absolutely.
What was your what the fuck moment?
It was he's hitting on a minor.
She's entire almost
movie.
18.
Yeah, he walks in, and the first thing he says when he walks into the restaurant, she's the hostess. This girl played I forget what her name is, but he walks in and he says, "Hi. Oh, well, if it isn't my favorite minor," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Because he's making it. He doesn't do anything. With
I know he doesn't. But I get the joke, and I'm glad that the movie like stays grounded and they point out like that it's wrong. They're like, shouldn't you be in jail?
You're fucking gross.
You're hitting
Monty,
on these.
You're gross, Monty.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is really funny though because there is always a like skanky host who's like or bartender who's banging one of the cooks or one of the and it's always like not a good looking guy. They're always banging like the cook and the bartender. Luis Guzman and the bartender that he was hooking up with is so fucking real. It's so true. Like sometimes the ugliest guys in the kitchen will get the hottest girls on the floor.
Why does that happen? How is that possible,
it's
dude?
Either because they can cook really well.
What? That's part of the...
Or they have the best Coke.
Okay. So
Coke goes far in a restaurant.
So you think Luis Guzman in this movie probably just has really good Coke?
No, I think he cooks really well. But I think Luis Guzman and Jon Favreau in the movie Chef are playing the same character.
They are the same exact person.
They're just at different times in their career. You know what I'm saying?
It's all a connected universe.
Again,
dude.
there it is.
Once again,
this is the prequel to Chef.
So right after you watch Waiting, be sure to tune in to Chef.
Don't watch the Waiting 2 or Still Waiting.
Still Waiting.
There's a sequel, guys. It's called Still Waiting. It's not as funny as this one,
but it does recycle a lot of the actors from the first one.
No Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long's in it. My twin, my brother, Justin Long.
So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I've felt so confused while watching this movie because usually on these episodes I always say like, oh, dude, there's one character in this movie that reminds me of you.
But they're all me.
But not even necessarily that. They're you act completely like Ryan Reynolds, 100% douchebag, right? Yeah. But you look like Justin Long, and I'm just like confused. I'm like, you're like this guy. But you look like this guy. If Justin Long was playing Ryan Reynolds' character, I'd be like, that is Alejandro for sure.
The game that they play,
disgusting. In the food industry. Okay, let me know. Is that real?
I've never played that game in a restaurant, but I've definitely played that game.
Yeah. Oh, can I talk about something?
What?
Do you know what I'm going to talk about?
I'm nervous.
All right. So, folks, I'm going to talk about something called ball cam.
Okay. That's not too bad. Go ahead.
That's not too bad?
No, for sure.
How is that not too bad?
Because I'll talk about ball cam, guys.
Okay, you
ball
talk about
cam.
it.
Christian had a flip?
It was a flip camera.
Back in 2011 or 10. Christian had a little camcorder camera, and we had just seen Jackass 3D, and they had like a pee cam where they had the camera next to Bam Margera's penis, and he'd like pee on people. And then I was like, oh man, that's so funny. And I was being like a dumb like high school kid, so I took his camera and did what I called was ball cam, where I shot everything from the angle of my balls. And now it's not funny, very crass and gross, but as a teenage boy, I mean, what more can you expect?
Funny, yeah.
We all had a good laugh, and then we like lost the videos for a while, and then they came back up again, and like we all got a solid laugh. So you bring this up like I should feel bad, but you laughed, and you're just in the worst as me. You're really just as bad as me.
Funny. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing my reactions, walk in, turn the corner, and just seeing your balls right there. The worst part about these videos is that it's not just a clear frame of my reaction. You know how someone's thumb when they're taking a picture kind of appears like in the corner of the frame. It is
my thumb. No, it's my thumb.
No, that's not your thumb. All the way down there.
Yeah, it's my thumb.
No, that is for sure sack. That is for sure sack peeking into the frame. You disgusting bat.
Well, those videos are gone now. Those videos are gone now?
I have no clue. I think the flip no longer turns on.
Okay, so those videos are gone.
I think your testicles broke my camera.
That's a interesting claim to fame, but I'll take it. It's a weird flex, but I'll do it. So this movie, Waiting.
Yeah. They had the whole game on like showing. If you guys haven't seen this film and you guys are just going into the episode blind,
and you're thinking, why are we talking about Alex's
his male
I'm so sorry,
parts?
Mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh God, that's right. She listens to this, dude. But this is what's gonna happen when we watch crass movies like this.
Yeah. My mom hates this movie too, because me and my brother love this movie and we watch it all the time. My mom's like, this movie's gross.
It's like I said, so offensive.
It's bad. There is let's talk about a couple of the other characters.
Yeah.
So Justin Long is the main character, and he's kind of caught between if he wants to continue working in a restaurant or quit and move on to the next phase of his life, which I think anybody working in a restaurant reaches a point.
That makes sense. Yeah, that he was very real to me. He was caught up in that conflict. The stakes were risen because he had lunch with his mom, and his mom was trying to pass.
His mom was being a real B. Yeah,
dick.
She was. Oh man, she was like, I ran into so and so, and he's graduated with this job and blah blah blah.
Electrical engineering, isn't that
Didn't you
great?
guys take all the same classes? And it's like,
oh God, Mom, you invited me over for this.
I'll do my laundry and leave. Anyways, yeah, so he doesn't know if he wants to stick in the restaurant or not, and that's definitely tough because it's not hard to be good in a restaurant. You know what I mean? I was in a restaurant from when I was 17 until 25, and in one form or another, you know, I've worked every job in a restaurant, everything from a host to a busser to a cook, bartender. You know what I mean? You name it, I've probably done it. And it's tough because it is an easy way to make money and meet people, and it's fun and it's different every day, but you get burnt out, dude.
I'm sure.
You get tired of it after a while because people don't respect you.
Yeah.
Not in...
This entire movie took place in just one night, and it was a crazy night.
Yeah, and you know what? You'll have shifts like that. You'll have shifts that feel like they last millions of hours and 1,000 different things happen. Dude, I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory, which is the #1 casual fine dining restaurant in the world for decades.
And you worked at not only just the Cheesecake Factory, but you worked at the headquarters.
Yeah, I worked at the world headquarters in Walnut Creek. Shout out. Yeah. And then I worked in Irvine, where they had the first outdoor bar. So we had 2 bars in one restaurant.
It's pretty dope.
It was a huge restaurant in this really busy financial area, and it so I've seen numbers of people, and I've had shifts where it's like, wow, I just got my butt handed to me. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what this movie is showing you. It's showing you like the craziest shift. And then you all sit around at the end of it, smoking and drinking in the back, and you're all like, so how much did you make? Like $100. And you're like,
that seems so real, huh?
Yep.
Like you guys all sit at the table at the end of the night and you guys compare tips.
Except it's usually in a bar, or you know what I mean? Or it's outside in the garage smoking cigarettes.
Dude, and like I could imagine like just going home pissed if you didn't like make ends meet.
If you didn't make a bill.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't make a bill, you suck.
Fucking Calvin, the nice guy that worked at the restaurant.
Okay, Calvin is, there's always a nice guy who's like trying to get with a girl, but like, oh yeah, I'll pick up your shifts and like I'll work for you and I'll do all this stuff, and you're just like,
I feel like if Calvin. Old Christian, fat Christian worked at a restaurant, I would be Calvin. I would be the guy that'd just be too nice. The girl that I had the crush on, I would pick up the shift for the girl that I liked, and I would still not make ends meet in terms of tips.
It would be tough. The cooks.
Ridiculous.
Dane Cook
playing Floyd. So I read something up on IMDb.
Okay, hit me.
Dane Cook, his character was not in the script at all. He had everything he did was improvised.
It was just him being. They're just like, we want you to be a cook, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, you're playing one of the cooks. We have nothing written for you. Not even a name. He came up with his name. You know what his first line was?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it, welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch?
Yes, exactly. And then
I fucking love this movie,
that's
bro.
That's a great line.
Dude, because cooks get so mean and so like, it's so hot back there.
Yeah, because they have nothing to prove. They're not giving customer service. They're just making the food.
Burning brain cells back there. When I worked in a kitchen, me and my buddy Patrick, shout out Patrick, we worked in this kitchen, and we would just like, our brain cells are fried because it's so hot and you're working so fast, and like, well, it's hard for servers out there because you may have 4 or 5 tables yelling at you at once. We have every single table yelling at us at once. You know what I mean? So like, it's great. And so you get this really mean sense of humor, and like, you're just like, fuck everybody out there. And you're like, no, please don't say that. These are my people that I need you to like them and make good food for them so that they tip me money so then I can give you money. And like, it's just like there's a sense of camaraderie behind it all though. Yeah. And it is like 2 groups. There's always like the kitchen versus the front of the house, which is like the servers and the bartenders. And then there's like the cooks and the food runners in the kitchen. And it is a fierce battle. Like anytime people would come in and be like, hey, no bacon on the salad, and Floyd's like, like,
God damn it. But you guys have to have like a level of symbiosis. You guys,
if it works right, it works right. But and then so there's also a scene when they're in the middle of the rush. The manager goes over to the window where all the food is being, and he's trying to like put the tickets with the food, and he just fucks it up.
Yes,
that happens.
Like swapping potatoes
all the time. And it's like. Why the fuck are you touching?
Don't touch the food, dude.
Why are you mixing it up? Like,
dude, and then
and she flipped on
Naomi.
And then what does he do? He turns around and yells at the dumb busboys in a restaurant. If ever you get yelled at or feel bad, you could just turn around and just yell at the busboys,
because they're the bottom of the pyramid.
In real life, dude, the busboys take it all because busboys get yelled at. They hear it from the cooks. There's Bishop in the movie Bishop, the guy who hears everybody. There's always someone who gives advice in the restaurant. There's always someone who gives advice who's been there for a while and has worked in a handful of restaurants, or maybe like, you know, they were a manager at one place, but then they came back and didn't want to work there anymore. And like, so they're always the one who like gives advice, and they'll always tell you like, you know, and they're always smoking. You're always smoking. Everyone smokes in a restaurant, dude. Even if you don't.
That's what they showed too. Yep. Everyone is smoking.
Even if you're not a smoker, when at one point or another, you're going to smoke. You know what I mean?
It seems like, because it's such a stressful environment, dude. I mean, the writers, they were so smart with this movie. I've never even worked in a restaurant, but I could tell like, oh, this is hitting all of the points of like what actually goes down in a restaurant.
Definitely.
Like,
this is the most satired version and of like the truth of a restaurant, right? There's a movie called Burn with Bradley Cooper that I think correctly hits the drama side of working in a kitchen in a restaurant, like the high stress, the what's going on. So if you want to get like the dichotomy of what it's like to work in a restaurant, and you've never been in a restaurant, watch Burn with Bradley Cooper, or Burnt, I can't quite remember, and this movie, and you'll kind of understand. You'll
get it all.
Yeah.
Dude, I was super excited to talk to you about this movie just because I know you're so knowledgeable in this industry, and like I just had so many questions. It's ridiculous. Like I'm already, my eyes are now open now that you're just like, yep, that's true.
Yeah,
yep,
it's all true.
Because if you've never worked in a restaurant and you watch this movie, you might be thinking to yourself, this is all fucking fabricated. This is through the roofs type of comedy. This is just crazy.
Nobody does that. Who acts like that?
But like, no, you have Alex, who's been working in the restaurant industry, who has worked in the restaurant industry for a lot of years, and you're verifying it for me.
Dude, so Malcolm Gladwell says it takes 10,000 hours to become like an expert at something, over and in and out and in and out. Dude, I've got my 10,000 hours in a restaurant plenty of times.
Easy.
Yeah. So, and I see stuff like this, like I just kind of know. I just have a feeling, you know what I mean? And so this movie is so funny, because even before I started working in a restaurant, my cousin Jeff told me about this movie and was like, wow, I was going to go into this and not name any people, but I'm naming people left and right in this.
Hey, that's okay. You're just saying first names, dude.
My cousin Jeff was like, dude, this movie's so realistic. And I was like, no way. And the first restaurant I worked in didn't really have people like this. A little bit, but it wasn't really that bad. But then you get into like a real restaurant and you work into a couple different restaurants. Then you suddenly realize like, oh, I've seen this archetype of person before. Like I've seen this character before. And
God, that's
and here
crazy.
It is represented again in Waiting. Here it is represented again in Waiting. And it's like,
so Mitch is the new kid. He's the new hire, and he's going through like all
the first day. Yep, you gotta watch all the videos. You gotta go sign all the paperwork. You gotta
I say I love that actor. You know where he's from?
He's in Freaks and Geeks, isn't he?
Yeah, dude, he's the main kid, John Francis Daly.
He's done a handful of things too, even now as he's a little bit older.
Yeah, he's on some show right now. I think it's like some sort of like a Law and Order or CSI type show. But he's freakishly tall now.
He's pretty tall. He's a big guy.
Which is crazy because in Freaks and Geeks he was a tiny, small person. I think he's just so funny throughout the film because he has his own game where like no one ever lets him speak.
He never gets to talk.
He never gets to finish any of his sentences.
They keep like referring to him like, what do you think? No, never mind. Don't ever answer.
Yeah. Or like someone like butts in when he's actually just trying to speak. Poor Mitch, dude. And I kind of like his face because his teeth is always showing. I think he's a mouth breather.
Rabbit, yeah.
Which I can relate with. When I was fat, I would always breathe my mouth, and so you'd always see my teeth. But it was such a funny face. Don't shake your head at me.
It's just, I just
disgust you a little bit?
No. His teeth did.
Yeah, dude. And at the end of the film, he gets his redemption, and he's like, he gets cut off one last time. He's fed up. He goes up. It takes place at the party at the end of the film,
which is also pretty realistic. There's always one person's house that everyone goes to, and like.
And it happens that frequently, I'm sure. Like before one shift and at the end of
it's either at a bar or somebody's place, and you all go there and drink, and
that's insane.
Smoke and hang out, and
it's just like you guys just reset and repeat.
Yep.
Basically, I don't know how.
Reset and repeat, dude. That's it, dude. Rinse and repeat. That's how it is in the restaurant, dude. How do you have the
stamina for that? Because I was exhausted from watching this film.
You gotta have a 5-second memory. Like when the shift's over, just fucking bloop, wipe your memory,
wipe it, and then come back.
Because if you take it with you, you're not gonna survive.
Dude, one of my favorite scenes in this film was when Ryan Reynolds when Anna Faris, his character, actually...
Anna Faris is in this movie.
Yes, dude.
So Anna Faris and Ryan Reynolds keep coming up in all of our movies, but I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it. I like their chemistry, which is why this scene was crazy. Like when Anna Faris actually...
calls him out on being
a dick.
Like, and she's like, the little engine that couldn't hold his load. And like...
There was a line that from that scene that I really liked. She says... or Ryan Reynolds says to Mitch, the new guy... He says, take whatever she gives you with a grain of salt.
And a shot of penicillin.
Yeah, and then Anna Faris says, take whatever he gives you with a shot of penicillin. And like Mitch is laughing in the back because that's a good one, dude.
And like that wittiness comes from working in a like being like on the.
You got to be quick.
Women bartenders are sharp.
They're
as a task.
sassy.
Like if they're working behind a bar and they're kicking it back, at you.
Dude, you have to be because you're getting all these remarks thrown at you, like
drunk people being dicks and like people trying to impress their friends. Like that's another like weird balancing act that you have to do working in a restaurant. Is like you do have to. People are trying to have a good time and they're trying to impress their friends and like be cool, but you're also doing a job. You're also trying to get something across as well. So
yeah, dude, it was fun. Like even though I've never been a server, like it's nice because I got like a little taste of that restaurant life.
Wow.
I never want to be in it because I don't think I'm thick-skinned enough to survive.
It's easy money.
Yeah, but
they got
it
monkeys
is
in Japan doing it. That's what when I used to train people, I used to tell them, like, hey, don't take this too seriously because they got monkeys in Japan doing this shit.
So you think anyone could do this job?
Dude, yeah, and in a couple of years, robots will be doing this job. So get it while you can.
Shit, that's right.
Also, tip your waitress, tip your servers. They work hard for that money. Give them that money.
Man. That redneck guy, it was like a $63 bill, and he tipped $1.91.
Yeah, that happens. He should have seen that coming. Actually,
yeah, with those kind of guests.
Yeah, apparently he's been in the restaurant business a long time. He should have seen that.
He should have known. He should have known. And then he actually runs into Chet Miller, I believe is his name, the guy that he went to school with and majored in electrical engineering.
Justin Long we're talking about.
Yeah, Justin Long. And he has to serve him. And first of all, Chet is a dick because he comes in like maybe 2 or 3 minutes before they close.
Which happens all the time.
The chefs and cooks, they're all going ballistic in the back.
Because everything's clean and ready to go. And then, that's also happened to me where,
and I'm sure, and like they were fucking with the guy's food. They like dropped his steak, they dropped his potatoes, and they put it back on the plate.
Spit on, they dropped, oops. I'm all thumbs today.
I'm all thumbs today. Luis Guzman is best delivery.
The cooks are. Yeah, this movie is good.
Funny. They give Chet the meal. At the end of the meal, Chet tips Justin Long $100, which is great financially, but is a smack to the face because he says to Justin Long before he leaves, he says, I just felt like you needed it more than me. Fuck you, dude. Like, don't treat him like that.
That's what Justin said to the rednecks.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's where it comes back around. That's another thing that I believe in is like there's this thing that I used to always say is like server karma. You get what you give out, right? So, you get what you give out. And, you understand karma. So this is how it kind of works. And I saw that as an example of, hey, you think you're better than these guys who tip you $1? You're not better than that. Here's the exact opposite. You didn't think $1 was good enough for you?
Here's $100.
Here's $100. Is that not good enough for you?
Shit, that's brilliant writing. I didn't even dissect it that much.
Yeah, no, this movie it's really on the outside a stupid silly movie, but does have this underlying seriousness that I think a lot of people go through in the restaurant industry, because Justin Long's a hard worker.
Yes.
He works really hard. And so one of the scenes that I thought about a lot was when he serves that table of like the 6 guys or whatever, and he memorizes their entire order.
Yeah.
And he impresses them with his skill. And the guy's like, hey, you know what? Here's my card. He's like, I want you to give me a call. And like that happens a lot too. If you're good at your job, you're gonna get people who try to
opportunities will rise up.
People are gonna try and get you to work for them. And I've had people be like, well, come work with me at my law firm. And I'm like, dude, why would you offer me a job at your law firm? You're just drunk. Like you don't know anything about me.
This is not actually gonna pull through.
This is stupid. And but sometimes you get people in restaurants and be like, hey, I work at this steakhouse down the street. Come on in. And it is alluring. To know that you have these options out, especially because like a restaurant is it's lucrative.
It gets hectic. It really shows off your skills as a multitasker. I'm sure as like staying grounded through all of this chaos. Damn, dude. Kudos to you.
But then you get ladies like, oh, can you put this? Like, can you hold this food for me? Like, and they're just gonna drive. When what's her name? Justin Long's girlfriend's like, Amy. I can't take this food out anymore. I've definitely had tables where
that actress has a very funny name. Can I say her name is like Caitlin Doubleday or something like that?
Really?
Yeah, it's such a weird last name, but she's very pretty.
She gets to a point where she's like, I can't even take this food out to this table anymore. Which everybody gets to a point where you are just so done with the table.
You don't want to see them.
You just can't even deal with it. And Monty's like, I'll do it. And that is, once you become like a trainer or like a bartender or something, it is always fun to fuck with the tables too, because like you can fuck with tables by being super nice to them and being like, oh,
overly
no, we'll
nice.
hold it for you. Don't worry. We would
It's
never.
super sarcastic, and they brought the food out to the back, and I like how they made a game of it. They were like, all right, folks, was this our first biatch of the day?
And then they're like, they did the thumbs with the gladiator, and like,
and then,
she was a fucking bitch. Do it. And they're
thumbs
like,
down. And they all like,
Mitch is like, what the fuck? They're putting like pubes.
It was
on
like
their
an assembly
food.
line. Yeah,
they're doing like
passing the plate.
They're dandruff on the food.
Yeah, he was about to like put some boogers in it. He was
Snot
saying like
in the
guacamole.
gravy. Ugh.
And then Luis Guzman was like,
Dane
no.
Cook is like narrating it all, and and he's like, I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese on. He's like, oh no, with
and
this.
He takes some of his pubes and he sprinkles it into the gravy. And then you see that lady take the first bite, and
they make it sound so gross too. Like they do a funny little like gross like mouth noise. It is. The sound engineer. Well done, sound engineer on waiting.
Good job.
You get it all. That doesn't happen. People don't do that in the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm sure. There are boundaries, but they do hit a lot of the notes. I'm sure.
Yeah, because it is a pain. That is something that you do want to do. Something like you wish you could just like, because people will like. Sorry about that. I had an old man moment. People will accuse you of random things. I've had people be like, "Oh, I'll have a Coke," and then you bring it to them, and they're like, "Is this Pepsi?" I'm like, no, that's Coke. We have Coke products here. I'm like, yeah, man, but this tastes like Pepsi. I'm like, oh well. I don't know what to tell you, man. We have Coke products here. We don't even have a Pepsi machine. I'm like, all right, man, this is Pepsi. And you just kind of like walk away and you're like, what, why would I give you Pepsi? What do I gain? Like, I'm going to go back behind the corner and be like, oh my God. He almost figured it out, guys. He almost figured out that we have Pepsi here. Oh no.
This guy asked for
Quick,
Dr.
throw
Pepper.
the bottles away.
Yeah.
Like,
throw it away. He's going to find out. This guy asked for Dr. Pepper. Yeah. We're giving him Mr. Pig.
You'll get people like, oh, do you have Dr. Pepper? I'm like, no, sorry, we have Coke products. I'm like, so no Dr. Pepper? I'm like, nope. Coke,
you
Diet
heard
Coke,
me the first time.
Sprite.
It's fucking ridiculous because I feel like once customers come to a restaurant, they throw all of their intellect out the window.
People become stupid because the server, I don't know what kind of server anxiety people get because this person who doesn't give a shit apparently has all the power, and they just get so nervous, and then they blame everything on them. So like if the food's overcooked, they blame the server, and it's like, oh no, he's not cooking, guys.
Yeah.
He's not the guy back there making like,
why can't you put two and two together?
If the pasta is salty, like they're always like, you've ruined our meal, and as a server, like, what do you mean I've ruined your meal?
Do they think like the server's like, okay, can I take your order? That's what you want? Goes into the kitchen,
guys, this is the one, make it gross,
make it disgusting. I'm the one doing.
Or people are like, this doesn't taste right, and be like, oh, is that because you added barbecue sauce to your chicken Alfredo, lady? Is it like,
yeah, you're the one that ruined it. You put way too much salt.
As a bartender, you'd get people do that too, and be like, hey, can I get this kind of drink, but put a little more carousel in it, like blue carousel than usual, and you'd be like,
that's disgusting.
Okay, and then they get it, and they're like, this tastes really gross, and you're like, I wonder why, dude.
Because you fucked it up.
Let me make my drink. You know what I mean? Let me do it right, and
dude,
you'll be fine.
I don't know. I would literally fight people if I was a server. I think I've become jaded.
That's why everybody in the restaurant is on something.
They're all aggressive.
Even if you're like a recovered drug addict or whatever, you're drinking gallons of coffee and smoking tons of cigarettes, or like you're super straight edge and do yoga 1,000 hours. Like everybody who works in a restaurant is abusing something.
You have some sort of vice.
They're smoking pot in the parking lot, or they're like drinking copious amounts out of their coffee mugs. Like you are on something to get through a restaurant, because in America at least, you are treated like dog shit, and dude, you have to perform at the highest level. And nobody respects you enough. So this restaurant is for restaurant workers out there, guys. You don't get enough respect.
But you guys make a shit ton of cold hard cash.
Sometimes. Yeah,
because when you were working at a rrestaurant, I remember you'd be like paying for things. I don't think I've ever seen you hold a card, a debit card or a credit card.
No,
you pay for everything in cash. Like, you are only, a mobster.
Baby. Cash only, baby. Yeah. Now it's not so much. Now I'm a salesman.
You hold a card around a lot at this point of your life. Dude, yeah, this movie was fun. One of my favorite parts was like, the nut showing game, and then I like how they broke it down to like a point system. Like
they have the Abraham Lincoln. They have like different.
Dude,
phrases.
I have it written down right here. If you want to hear.
Can you say it and I'll try and explain them?
Yeah, so the first move of the nutsack showing game is what does this say?
Oh, I don't know. I can't read
I
your
can't
writing.
even read this. Oh my god. I think that says the look.
The goat?
No. Okay, we'll go with the next one. The brain.
The brain. Okay, the brain is when you hold your meat and you kind of like isolate the balls.
Oh god.
And you kind of squeeze it and it looks like
oh my god.
a brain.
I'm glad we're saying this at the end of the episode.
Okay, next one.
All right. The next one is the bat wing.
The bat wing is when you hold it and you kind of make the skin flat like paper. And it looks like a bat wing is what they say.
And that one's 3 kicks if you
That's
look.
3 kicks, yeah. And so if someone sees, if you get someone to look at your balls while you're doing this, then you get to kick them in the butt.
Yeah.
And call them the F word.
Yeah, we can't say it now. Oh, since
movie,
it was made in 2005,
they say
they were not very PC.
they say fag quite a bit. It's out there.
A bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I thought it was hilarious. They're saying like, if this happens, if you look and I call you this,
if you look at my balls, you're hella gay, and it's just like, oh, he's hella gay for looking at your balls,
and then you kick them in the ass. But the funny part is that they literally kick you
each other in the butt.
They're like they bend you down and they kick you in the butt.
2,
2,
and then the women get the guys.
Oh,
at one point, like they flip the script and they get the girls get the guy, and they're like, all right, time to kick you in the butt.
Yeah, it was Naomi, the bitch of a waitress, that lifts up her skirt, and she has crazy bush, and there's stuff in her bush. It was disgusting.
Yeah, she had like trash. Real quick,
she was picking it off.
Did you recognize the bus boys? The fat one? Did you recognize the fat one?
Andy Milonakis. Dude, that guy was... and these bus boys were like wannabe ghetto.
Wannabe gangster, druggies, and like they sucked all the CO2 out of the whipped cream cans.
Yep.
They're constantly by the dumpster smoking weed. Like these guys are the dumb shit. And like there is always a dumb shit bus boy. You're like, where the fuck is John? Like, I don't know. I think he's taking the trash out again. Like, why is he taking the trash out right now? Like, we're in the middle of a rush. Like, there's always one busser who sucks. Fuck.
Dude. Yeah, they were pissing
and someone's cousin or someone's brother. And it's like,
why are you even working here?
Put them in the dish room, dude. Put them in the dish room.
Damn, dude. Yeah, this movie was really fun.
This movie is a really good watch. Yeah, you guys should watch this movie because it is really funny and it is so crass. Like, it's one of those out there films. Did you have a Best Person on Set award?
Best Person on Set award, I would say, would go to Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was he was so funny, so quick. His delivery with almost everything.
No, I completely agree. He's my Best Person on Set award because like I said in the beginning, this movie shows his comedy chops hard.
Yeah.
He is, everything he says is funny or his actions are funny. Like he is doing the most without it being Jim Carrey, The Mask, over the top silly. It is a very grounded comedy. And like the game idea, like this idea of the thorough joke throughout the restaurant of him being like, hey, well, you know what? None of this shit really matters. Like this is all just a joke. Like,
yeah, he gets it, dude. He completely gets it. He deserves this award hard.
I think when this movie first came out, I used to get Ryan Reynolds and Dane Cook mixed up. So
I'd be like each other.
Are they is that one guy playing 2 roles?
Well, at that time period, like Dane Cook was rising.
Dane Cook could have been Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds could have been a Dane Cook.
They were playing the same roles. They had the same typecast, dude.
The other Dane Cook movie that I really like, have you ever seen Employee of the Month?
Employee of the Month, yeah, with Andy Dick Simpson is in that. Jessica Simpson,
Andy
so
Dick
funny.
is in that. Real quick, I want to tell a quick Andy Dick story. Before we end. One time, my cousin Jeff, who I mentioned earlier, was at a model show in LA, and anyways, and across the stage was David Spade. And my cousin kept saying, oh my God, look guys, it's Andy Dick. Hey everybody, look, it's Andy Dick. And David Spade was not having it. Cut to me and my brother in Disneyland a couple of years ago, and we're walking like the back route, kind of like where Club 33 is, and we're walking around towards like the train. And all of a sudden my brother goes, hey, is that Andy Dick in front of us? And I look, and it's like Andy Dick with like 2 chicks, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's Andy Dick. And I look at my brother, and I look up and I go, hey everybody, look, it's David Spade.
You flipped it. And did he ever like?
He like looked, and then like walked away. But in my head, it's just a joke for me and for
But
my
dude,
cousin.
Andy
but,
Dick is like kooky enough where he would like
hilarious.
join in. He would be like, "Yeah, I'm
I'm
David Spade.
Spade.
I'm fucking David Spade."
Now that I've seen him do interviews and shit, like when I saw his interview with Bobby Lee, I think
So
I was like,
funny.
he was fucked up probably at
Oh
Disneyland.
yeah, he was saying some crazy.
No, and when I saw
shit.
him at Disneyland, he was probably fucked up.
Oh yeah,
On something.
he the way he acts, like I'm sure he comes on set like drugged up on something, and they're just like,
I don't know.
"This is still
I don't
gold.
think he
This
goes
is
on set. I
comedy
don't think
gold."
you go on set.
You don't think so?
No, it's not professional. You don't wouldn't. A movie wouldn't insure you. Movies have like that's why Lindsay Lohan wouldn't get a lot of work initially.
Oh, when she was going through it,
because movie industries won't ensure that actress will finish the movie.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna trust this.
It is a gamble.
So you can have that character and have that as your motif, but that's you better come ready to work.
Shit.
Like me and Christian. So if you guys are looking for some work, we're pretty good looking dudes. We'll be in any movie. Any
Good-looking
movie.
dudes, sober as fuck. We only drink
Over water.
water. Crystal geyser water.
Check us out, guys. We'll be on the cover of Crystal Geyser Water for the next couple of months.
Yep,
exclusively sold in the Tallahassee store.
Yeah. Before you leave, if you want to find out where this movie is available, it is available to stream on Hulu, actually.
Oh, awesome.
So check it out on there.
Also, there's a unrated, undercooked version. That is also very funny.
Oh, shit.
Pretty good.
See you guys.
Yeah, check us out, ICBTB Podcast on all those social medias. Rate and review us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
5 stars at least or
Yeah.
more.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.
Hey, everybody. Real quick, we want to give a shout out to a couple people.
Yep. A huge shout out to John Boo and Alan Boo for the great sound production.
Shout out to Greg Reasoner for helping us out with our cover art and title work.
And a shout out to you guys for your endless support.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify, anywhere you hear us.
We'll see you next time.
It can't be that bad.